You know I love money. Is that money track? Probably be on my next album. It's supposed to be on my last one, but no rhyme tonight. I have physical therapy. Kind of tired. What up, Matt Gaming? What's going on, y'all? You can turn down the volume a little bit too. It's your boy Eric Taylor. Taylor to you Astrology, episode 70. Your boy's putting in work. Knowledge is love. Talking about Leo the Lion. It's Leo season. Happy birthday, Leo! Thank you to everybody who took advantage of my Cancer sun sign sale. Now, my Leos, only $135 for a natal birth chart reading or solar return chart reading. Full 12 house written report with videos, $135, normally priced $175 from today, July 22nd until August 21st. All right, so I'm rocking with you, Leo the Lion. You know, I got love for the Leos. I got 2 Leo sons, and I know the energy well. I have a bunch of Leo girlfriends. I have a Leo niece, 2 Leo sons. I know y'all Leos, whether it's Madonna, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Greenberg, Max Kellerman, Tom Brady, Magic Johnson, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, there's just so many freaking Leos out there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Fat Joe, KRS-One. Shout out to all the Leos. So the Sun and Mercury are in Leo. Right now we're at a Capricorn rising. Leo, 0 degrees. Mercury's already, I think, at 3 degrees. And Moon is in Taurus. But for the weekend, we're going to have a Gemini moon. So later on tonight, early morning. So basically Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to rock with a Gemini moon. So how you feeling, Matt Gaming? How's everything, bro? What up, Danny? Y'all ready for Leo season? Activating our 10th house? You know, as Scorpio risings, we about that life. We got to stick together. So I guess what I really want to talk about is just that Leo energy, what it means, you know, where it is in your chart. You know the drill. I mean, I always like to give you guys some, you know, free insight in terms of how these transits, and it's a major one, right? When the sun is switching signs, you know, to take advantage of it. And all you guys for the solar returns, that sale ends August 14th. Any sign, only $125 for a solar return chart. But Leo is a fixed fire sign, the second fire sign, 5th sign of the zodiac associated with the 5th house. Leo represents the sun. It's at home there. That's why Leos have so much energy. I mean, what's KRS-One done? Like 25 albums? Madonna.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really insane.
KRS-One's done a lot.
Okay,
I know.
how many songs do each one have? Like 14?
No, he's had a lot. You know, a lot of stuff. He's had a double album. What do you think, Danny? KRS-One, is he up to like? I know he's up over 20. I think he might be up to 25 albums. one thing I'll say about Chris, he's just kept going and going and going, and his stuff is still like bananas. Like his last stuff is hot to death. So yeah, but what's really cool about the Leo energy, right? It comes from the heart. It's about creativity. They're very generous. They like the spotlight, attention. They are expressive, dramatic. Leos bring the drama and dynamic. But Leos are really, really, they shine bright in the political arena or the entertainment arena. And not saying they can't do any job or any career, but in those two, you're going to see, Leo shine bright. Obviously, in sports, when you think about Brady and Magic Johnson, right? But just in general, that Leo energy, obviously you had Obama and there are a bunch of other Leo presidents. I don't remember them all off the top, but we're not talking about Leo moon or rising, just Leo the sun sign. But these people also, they have a constant well of energy. I was talking about, you guys might hear me reference my Leo twins. They're like got enough energy for 10 men. And, the truth is here. He'll tell you, like they can go on and on. And like they
do.
It's not they can. They do. They're nonstop. It's quite exhausting, actually, to be around. But they're really fun.
And what they do, one thing I noticed is when you're around them, they tire you out.
Yeah, just like the sun. Think about it, just like the sun. Because the sun, so just so you guys know, and maybe I could do just a quick little runaround about the Leo sun in each house or whatever. And that's what I might do in my new series that I was talking about, secrets of the signs, and going through, maybe look at the sun sign, how it would play out in each house. Because the Leo on the ascendant can be very prideful and arrogant and boastful, in the first house, Leo sun and Leo rising. In the second house, it's going to be, more about. Oh, we got a couple of comments. You want to say, hey, what's going on? Who's that?
No, it's just okay. Well, Mad Gaming said Gemini moon stand up.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then Danny said, yeah, he's up there. KRS has over. KRS probably has over 40 albums.
Over 40?
I can look it up right now.
Yeah.
Mad Gaming said Leo Midheaven 10th house.
Yeah. No, that and and that kind of tells you, right, when you think about the Leo midheaven, that that point of energy, it lets you know that you need to be creative, you need to be expressive, you need to be dynamic, because that's how you are seen, right? Remember, the midheaven, the 10th house is the workplace, work environment, fame, reputation, legacy, right? The midheaven, whether it's 9th, 10th, or 11th, that's the highest point where you kind of vibrate in public, almost like your sun or your rising, whatever sign that is. That's how you're seen, and the energy that you need to accentuate and flex and shine out in public. So
yeah, he has over 40.
Oh my God, really? I slept. I said 25. Okay, gosh. Over 40. You were right, Danny. God.
You got like 42.
42 albums. I didn't even realize it was up to that many. That's why he's still the greatest MC of all time. To continue to go and, maybe some weren't his best, but he doesn't have bad albums. He might have a couple bad songs, but and he's always got dope rhymes. There's times where you could have questioned some of his production, but overall, I mean, KRS has just brought greatness. Yeah, he's my favorite MC of all time, Danny. So, and I think the last day of cancer season, was it yesterday? Maybe Coogee Rap. They just had Coogee Rap's birthday. It was recently. I don't know. Maybe look that up. See what Coogee Rap's birthday is.
Coogee Rap.
Yeah, Coogee Rap. I think he might have just been yesterday or a couple of days ago. I didn't know this prior to. I think he might be a Cancer, but I know Karis and Fat Joe are Leos. So one thing about this fixed fire sign and the second fire sign, you guys, is that for them, they are very
July 20th.
July 20th was Coogee Rap. Okay, so he's a Cancer. Okay. He's kind of on that cusp of oscillation. I have to throw him in there now when I talk about that. But yeah, it's an energy that it's not stubborn like fixed Earth Taurus, but they're fixed more in their emotions and their passions, in their drive. If a Leo is determined to, let's say you're a Leo fellow, you're determined to get this girl, they're not stopping until they get this girl. They're determined to get this role. They're acting and stuff. Robert De Niro, whoever, they're trying to get this role. They're not stopping until they get that role. And so that's the fixed, right? The fixed energy, you guys, it takes what the cardinal initiates the new season. So Cancer initiates summer, and then Leo is like the heart of the summer, okay? That end of July and August. And then the mutable is like a little bit of both. It's like a little bit of the summer and then a little bit of going into fall, right?
A little bit.
So, Virgo pretty much ends, going into fall to Libra season. But it's like, right there because you start September, I think September 21st is the end of summer, and then you go into Libra season. So, but that's what the mutable energy is. It's adaptable and changeable. It's like a mixture of the season that it's in and the next season coming. Where the fixed sign, let's say for summer, Leo, it's like, when it's at its hottest, it's that constant burning of that whatever season it is. Taurus spring, Leo summer, Scorpio fall.
Dan, real quick,
Aquarius winter.
My ex-partner was a Leo sun and also rising.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe you would say know the best, right? Sometimes they can be a little self-centered. They start to mature and become less self-centered and less arrogant between 26 and 30. But those early years, but just having the sun in the first house, it's like, it's exalted there. It's like you're the king. So, whether you are a Virgo sun, but just, to imagine to be a Leo sun with the sun in the first house, a Leo rising. Wow. It's, very creative, dynamic. But so back to what I was saying. So remember the sun in each house, it kind of burns out the house. The two houses where the sun can do really well, oddly enough, it's a mild malefic. So it does well in the sixth house. And then it also does well in the first and the fifth. Those are like, you don't want to just always say like Aries, Leo, Virgo, because it can be any signs, but that's where the sun, shines bright like a diamond. The sun can do really well there. In the second house, it's gonna, have fixed values, and it's going to kind of be very regal and honor its like father. The sun in the second house can usually follow in the father's legacy. And I think you see that with GW following in his father's legacy. The sun in the third house, this is going to be more dynamic. But remember, the sun does better in the morning, not at night. So the sun in the third house can be a little bit of a bully. Now we're talking about Leo sun, but yeah, it can be, kind of like this entertaining, braggadocious, creative bully. The sun in the third, the Leo sun in the third. I shouldn't just say sun in the third. And obviously, if you have the Leo sun in the third, then you're dealing with the Gemini rising, and so you could be very funny as a kid growing up. very much in school plays, school theater, things like that. But your energy for skills, self-efforts, athletic ability is going to be powerful. Okay. That Leo sun in the fourth house. Well, this is where you might bump heads with dad, or dad and mom might get divorced. Remember, the sun in the fourth house is usually an indicator that there's a separation from the father, because that's the house of the moon, the mother. So when the sun is there, either you need to see the rest of the chart. So that's why you hit your boy up, right? Taylor2coach@gmail.com, because if Pluto or Saturn are there, it could be a death to the father. If it's just like, Mercury and, other things, maybe the father just, is deadbeat dad, or just out of your life, or not a great relationship. And sometimes it can start off early in life as not a great relationship, because remember, the fourth house is more like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. But it doesn't mean that it's going to play out the whole life. I mean, like later on in life, it could wind up getting better. Okay. Now go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah.
No. So that Leo sun in the fifth house, these people starting their own business, being creative, acting, poetry, drama, dance, sculpting, painter, like these people, they shine. They really shine. And this is a big placement for political discussion and debate. The sun in the 11th house in Leo would be more of the actual politician, or 10th house. The sun, Leo's sun in the fifth house, probably would love to talk about politics, but doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get involved in politics. And that's for the Aries rising. But they're natural leaders, and it forms that trine. So these people are probably, for the most part, going to have their own business and desire to do that. Could have some gambling issues, and they could definitely be a player, or play girl, play guy, because it's the house of dating, romance, and twin flame, soulmate, fun sex energy, fifth house. So that Leo sun in the sixth house, right? We're talking of the Pisces rising. They can sometimes have some issues with their back, heart, maybe, spine. But they're going to really, shine bright on their daily routine and overcome their sicknesses and illnesses and enemies and stuff like that. There's just generalization, have to see the whole chart. But that Leo sun in the seventh house, you're going to really see someone who, remember, the sun is starting to set now. So there could be an energy that is really, for the Aquarius rising, where, they really want a dynamic partner, and, really feel, male or female, really feel alive when they are in a relationship. That's going to be really crucial. And it can be an indicator. I would say an indicator for fame, but you could do really well in negotiations and sales, marketing, even, the field of being a lawyer, stuff like that. That Leo sun in the eighth house for the Cap rising, they, their father could be a professional astrologer, like, yours truly. They really love talking about death and sex and mysteries, investigation. They really can receive an inheritance and be really good at dealing with or managing other people's money. So detective, investigator, maybe an accountant, hedge fund, financial advisor, working for the IRS, working in a mortuary or a funeral home, getting involved in astrology, numerology, tarot, Reiki, human design, all different types of things. That Leo sun in the ninth house, you're talking about. Do we have somebody new on?
Nope.
Okay.
Just listening.
that Leo sun in the ninth house, you can really see where one, their father, could teach them some bad things. Could be, and this would be for the Sag rising. This would be these people might feel at home when they are gaining wisdom, knowledge, connecting with their gurus and teachers. They love to travel and go abroad. Remember, it's the Sag rising. So that Leo sun in the ninth house, they feel at home when they're in foreign lands, right? And they would probably publish something that's, from their political career. This is someone that can be big in law and order, the Sag rising, but they can travel and move to foreign lands and do really well, and can do well publishing something from their heart or something from their adventures or their beliefs, right? Then that Leo sun in the 10th house, right, for the Scorpio rising, these people can, have some obstacles in their career, but they're going to always achieve and overcome. I'm not saying a millionaire, billionaire, but they're going to have some success and status at work. And they're going to be pretty powerful and creative. They can work in sales and marketing and PR, acting. They could, be a politician, right? Be a senator, a congressman, congresswoman, be a lobbyist, different things like that. They can definitely launch a political career. But I think that they'll be seen as someone creative in their reputation, public image, their legacy, right? And that Leo sun in the 11th house, well, doesn't love being in the 11th house. Think of it as the house of Aquarius, kind of. But that Leo sun in the 11th house for the Libra rising, their friends are going to be like family. And they're going to, have a big presence online. And sorry, I should have said social media could be big for the Leo sun in the 3rd house. And they could be the older sibling. The Leo sun in the 11th house, they might have an older sibling, but their dad might be sort of more like a friend, They have a really close friendship with their dad, but they also can get involved in philanthropic work, nonprofit work. This is a place where you could see a politician. Now, you need to know what else is here. Like if Mars was here and Mercury, oh my God, these people, like they are going to be on the big stage, be like the president or speak to large crowds of people, be the global performer, entertainer, and it can be really fascinating. The sun in 11th house tends to have a more of a humanitarian type energy for 11th house sun people. Danny, myself, my wife, stuff like that. You can see that type of energy there at the 11th house sun people. They definitely think about technology, innovation, but they tend to think about the collective more. That Leo sun in the 12th house, this can go many ways. Stop.
What?
Well, what do you think? I'm saying stop.
I don't know.
You're banging my foot.
Oh.
So the Leo sun, that's that Taurus and Mercury. He'll touch you and not even realize he's touching you. But the Leo sun in the 12th house, you can work in foreign lands. You could work potentially maybe as a therapist or a counselor. Your hidden talent could be acting, could be music, could be singing, dance, right? You could have some Leo type enemies, but your father and you might just not see eye to eye. You're just always missing each other, not really getting each other. But there can be maybe potentially some, and this is for the Virgo rising, there could be some, like dad, traveled a lot for work, or dad maybe went to prison, or you and dad were kind of separated sometimes. The 12th house sun is always not a mystery, but I think a lot of times the father doesn't always understand their son or daughter. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean he doesn't love them, but there's just like a misconnection, just not like a total, like, oh, I get you. Like, that sun in the second house or the fifth house or even the eighth, you might be two peas in a pod, you and your dad, even in the ninth house. But in the sun in the 10th house, I should have mentioned, the father can help you with your career. So can help you be in marketing, sales, advertising, could help you be professional athlete, could help you be the politician. I think Brady is a Libra rising, so he's got that Leo sun. I don't know Magic's Johnson's, but I think he's got that 11th house. So what's Brady done? Traveled the world and played to big crowds. What are you laughing at? You talking about your brothers?
No. Video.
Okay, let's not talk about silly stuff. So, you know what I mean? So that's just, looking at the Leo sun. Do you guys have any questions or comments about the Leo?
Remember Anzo?
Yeah, Seven Anzo, yeah. What's up, man?
He said, "Peace, King."
Yeah, man. Peace to you, King. Definitely. I like that. So I saw you, I commented on the Pluto 10th house. I don't know if you commented on the Pluto 11th house. But look at your whole sign system. I'd like to hear from you, which is more accurate. But I'm telling you, I swear by the whole sign system. Remember with Project Hindsight, when a lot of the astrologers, Robert Hand and different astrologers, were reinterpreting these ancient charts and books that they found from ancient Babylon and Mesopotamia and Hellenistic astrology, what they found was that the ancients were using the whole sign system. So that's why I use it. It's more accurate and stuff, but the Placidus is a newer system. It became the most popular in modern Western tropical astrology, but I don't think it's the best. I think the whole sign system clearly is by far the best. I've heard good things about equal houses, but I just, always use that. And sidereal Vedic is definitely another energy, but you can still in that, use different systems, or the Vedic uses a sidereal system. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little tired today for Leo season. Just because I started physical therapy today, and we work on my shoulders and my knees at the same time. So I'm trying to get it back, get it going.
Danny said I consider myself very futuristic.
Yeah, well, Danny, you are. Think about it. Your Aquarius moon and then your Virgo sun in the 11th house. Your total innovation, technology, humanity, the collective. That's your emotions, and then your sun being there too. You're like a natural humanitarian. And you could have a stepchild, the sun in the 11th house as well. That's the 11th house energy. So yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure you're very innovative and more so probably avant-garde and esoteric and innovative in your thinking. Because remember, the moon is your emotional reactions, how your mind responds and reacts. So the moon is your mind. The Mercury is the assessing, analyzing. It's logical, analytical, critical thinking. So it's thinking, writing, communicating. So it's another side of the mind, right? So the Mercury is like, oh, there's the door, there's the tree, there we go, I'm missing the light. Turn on the spotlight. Yeah, we go. So it's a little different,
Okay. So
Anzo
said,
this kid is losing it. Get it together.
You don't understand how funny that video was.
Okay. Can we stop?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying. Okay.
He's over here watching YouTube videos, cracking up. I mean, do I pay him for this?
And you don't understand. No, but I'll have to explain it to you later.
Okay, explain it to me later. Go ahead.
Anzo said, both. I always have power struggles at work and hate jobs. I want my own business, so 10th house Pluto resonates. 11th house, I was never bullied by friends, family members, or cousins on my father's side, but it feels more plastis than whole sign.
Okay, I'll accept that. But I wonder, I wonder if maybe you can be transformative, or how your relationship is with your older sibling and your friends. And then also, this is your father's younger brother or younger siblings, I believe. Yeah, because the 6th house is your mother's siblings. And the 11th house is your father's younger sibling. How that relationship is, how you connect, or, feel like you can be healing for the collective and humanity, healing online, transformative, learning, power, sex, obsession, control, those types of things. If you feel that energy manifests, you know what I mean? But where's your Leo at, Seven Alonzo? Just trying to, knock down this Leo energy. But I want to just say this to you guys, because, and I'll do a show on it, whether I do just a video or do a live, but next week this time, but next Thursday, the 28th, is the new moon in Leo. Okay. So, it's really about, trying to maybe, set in some more positive, creative intentions, and really, in terms of new beginnings, really trying to just, this is where I give Leo so much credit, because they are so pure in the sense that they're always coming from their heart. Like, even if they can, because they're normally not really mean. Leos are not really mean. They're very generous. Like Leo women, they like to dress their men up. Leo men, they love their ladies to be very feminine and clothing and jewelry and stuff like that. There's such a dynamic, dramatic, expressive energy with Leos. They're always on stage. And so you'll notice it with Venus and Leos too. Like you need to flirt with them. You need to pay attention to them. That Venus Leo energy. I don't know, Dan, if you said you had that placement, but it's very, maybe you and Irene have it. I can't remember, but it's extremely creative, but it's very it's like juicy. It's dynamic. It's like, it's like, don't forget about me. I know I'm looking fly. And, but I give Leos credit from always coming from their heart. And I think, as I always tell you guys, that as a collective, that's where we've got to learn to vibrate from. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you're coming from your heart space, it's more often than not is going to be a positive expression. And then if it's not, then you got to work on your heart, right? But living from your heart in true love. But the Leo, remember, it's self-love first, right? Leos, love them some Leos. Ask a Leo, right? Some people say sometimes, oh, Leos are real arrogant. Well, is it always arrogance, or is it like they love themselves, right? You could say that about Brady and Magic Johnson, but if you think about it, they're two of the greatest leaders of men in sports history. Right? Because they shared their heart with the team. They genuinely brought the sunshine, the passion, and their teammates respected them for it. right? You hear Brady on the field, he's cussing and fussing and competitive, just like Magic Johnson. I used to be at the Knicks games. I used to talk to Magic, and I would hear him all the time on the court. He was the point guard coach. Magic was loud and telling everybody, Kareem, move here, and Scott, move there, and this one, Worthy, do this. Like he never stopped talking on the court. Of course, I was rooting for my Knicks, so I would try to give him hell. But, Michael Thompson, Clay's daddy, was always there, and I would be talking back and forth with him and stuff. And Billy Thompson from Louisville, I don't know, it's going way back. But he was a bench rider, so we used to talk back and forth with each other. But, it's this is definitely a very fascinating energy. And I think Leos are to be really respected. But what's so funny about Leo, and we'll get to it next with Virgo season, right? Each sign self-corrects after the next one. So Leo is like the crazy party, and then Virgo comes the next morning and cleans it up. Cleans up the mess that the Leo made. And it's very funny because it's true, right? Leos are very messy. You guys know you are. Where's Jacqueline? Is Jacqueline here? We got some reading to do. We got some comments.
Okay.
But,
so Anzo said no Leo placements, but it sits in my 8th house. But I have Moon in Virgo, 8th house, and South Node in South Node, 8th house Virgo.
What's your rising sign, 7-Eleven? Because I don't like to go by the Placidus with the interceptions. I mean, you definitely have a Leo placement. See, that's where I don't like the Placidus, the interceptions. So tell me your rising sign, and then I can tell you that Leo. So you're saying Leo's normally you're supposed to be your 8th house? So you're Capricorn rising? Well, go ahead, read the other comments.
Okay. Hope said,
Hey, Hope.
One of my best friends is a Leo sun and moon, and she has the best has the best heart.
Yeah, they're very, and maybe you can tell us, she probably gives great hugs. Leo women, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, give great hugs. They tend to have those feline, you'll see it more on the rising signs, but even sometimes with the sun, they have the cat-like look. They kind of look like big cats and tigers and lions and lionesses. Leo risings tend to have like the mane, right? The hair. Some people mistake me for a Leo rising with all this hair, but I'm not. But, Leos have a powerful source, and that energy. I mean, just think about it. Like it is literally the sun, right? And so I think when you think about it's opposite of the Aquarius, so that's why it doesn't do so well in the 11th house. But like I said, 1, 5, 6, 10, 8, 9, not so bad either, But the sun in itself, whether it's in Leo or not, it does really well in those houses. It's just it's fun. So your Leo's hope is in the 3rd house, right? So your sun's transiting your 3rd house. So it's, it's time for you to shine bright like a diamond in the local community. There's a focus and the emphasis. Your communications will be more colored. You're going to feel good about what's happening, until like August 21st, what's going on in the local community with the sun in transit, right? So wherever the sun is transiting in your house with the Leo transit, and then Mercury there, right? You're going to see where you're going to be more expressive. There's going to be vitality. There's going to be more of your personality coming out. And you'll vibrate, more like a Leo during this Leo season. So it's not like during Cancer season, like, oh, people are like, oh, it's Cancer season, I'm going to get sad. No, it's not that. But you might be more in touch with your emotions, more emotionally expressive. So then with Leo season, you might be more, you know, floss and shine and a little more dynamic, dramatic. Okay. And then when you flavor it with the house, it tells more of the story of how the energy will play out for you. And then what else is there? Well, right now, Mercury. But eventually, what's going to happen? I told you right now we got the Capricorn rising, but
Isaac's on too.
what's up, Isaac? How you doing, brother? But what we're getting to, you guys, we're getting closer. The August starts, Leo season. Well, we already started Leo season, but August 1st, we have that explosive conjunction at 18 degrees, Mars, Uranus, North Node. So I didn't want to just talk about Leo energy, also talking about just this season and what's going on. So Jupiter is getting ready to go retrograde, and it's going to retrograde back from Aries to Pisces on October 27th. So it's starting to retrograde maybe this week or next week, soon. And so it will go from 8 degrees and it slowly make its way back to Pisces season. To Jupiter and Pisces, which will be a nice beneficial gift from October 27th to December 20th, right? So I think that's a little reprieve for all this tough energy. Election day is an eclipse, and solar eclipse, with the sun in Scorpio hitting the south node. Oh my gosh. And that's the morning of election day. But then you're going to have Saturn's retrograding now. It's at like 23 degrees, and it's going to, retrograde back and be in a close square to Uranus and the North Node in Taurus. Now, this Mars, Uranus, North Node energy that's coming, you guys. So I told you like July 29th, August 3rd, but understand it's a 15-year cycle, and it's going to, meaning that the energy can permeate out during that duration of time. So it's like, doesn't mean like all of a sudden your car is going to light up on fire on August 2nd, but it could September 29th. And whatever it was started around this time. Does that make sense? So, but there was something the other day in the news that happened with some military soldiers and this and that. They got struck by lightning. That was very Mars, Uranus, North Node. You just can't like make stuff like that up. And then even Joe Biden getting COVID. Now it looks like he's going to be okay. Right? I know a lot of people got nervous. Like, is this Kamala's sudden rise to success and fame, or power? And Joe Biden's Sag rising, so this Mars Uranus North Node is in his 6th house. So right now, all Sag rising should definitely be masking up with this new BA whatever going around. It's like Omicron, but a little bit more contagious, whatever the new thing is. So Sag risings, because Taurus is your 6th house of sicknesses and illnesses. So Sag risings, just be a little extra careful out there running around the streets. Keep your distance, or put on a mask, or whatever your beliefs are. I'm not judging, but whether you have been vaccinated or not doesn't mean that you can't get this thing, right? And you see, the president got it. But a lot of astrologers have mentioned, and this is what, even if he's okay, at 79, that's not what you really want to happen. You don't want the president at 79 getting COVID, because even if the symptoms are mild, we don't know how it's going to play out in his body later. And when you look at the chart, a lot of people didn't think he would make it out of the the first term, the 4 years, because of the South Node in the 12th house. So, even in November when we have that eclipse, that could be a rough time for him. So, no matter what your political beliefs are, Democrat, Independent, Republican, you should always pray for your leaders. I know it's crazy to say, but yeah, there were times I had to bite my tongue and pray for Trump, and, be like, I pray for Biden too. You got to just pray for leaders of your city, your state, your country. Pray for the world. Because I think at the end of the day, we have to kind of go to source energy and be above what we're seeing in the 3D physical realm. Because this whole illusion of like democracy and a republic and this and that, we're still slaves to Great Britain, So we just have to kind of be positive, right? And try to lift up and elevate the collective energy and all of our leaders, right? Even Joe Manchin, this guy. But this is not a political show, But best believe I can talk politics with the best of them. I have my North Node in the 5th house. I can get very political. I could even, run for political office. But because I'm a true speaker, it wouldn't be wise, right? So go ahead and read. I got some comments.
Yep. So, Danny said, yes, I do have Venus in Leo. Then Hope said, I have that Venus Leo to Danny. Danny said, hi, Hope. Hi, Hope. Hope all is well with you. Hope said, it is. Thank you for asking. Hope all is well with you. Then Danny said, Hope, that's awesome. Then said, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Then Hope said, laughing at the mess. At the messy married Leo rising.
Oh yeah, Leos.
Then Anzo said Sun in Cancer, 7th house, Capricorn rising, and
so honey, Isaac, are you messy even as a Gemini Sun and Leo rising?
No, Isaac said my hair screams Leo Lion's mane. LOL.
Oh yeah.
My Leo rising is in the 1st house.
Okay. What did Alonzo say?
He said Sun in Cancer, 7th house, Capricorn rising.
Yeah, Capricorn rising.
Yes, sir, I can be messy, Isaac said.
Yeah. Well, Leo, Sun, Moon, or rising,
Oh, wait, what? One second. So, anyway, I'll read these first because, build up suspense. Something about Biden. Building up suspense here. Anyway, Hope said, my progress chart, I'm Leo Sun right now, but yes, I definitely feel that community energy. Then Danny said, my father was Leo. He had the Sun, the rising, Mars, and Moon all in the 1st house.
Wow.
And then Danny said, Biden also announced that he has Cancer, I believe.
What? Shut up, Danny. Did anybody else hear that or Google that? Really? I didn't hear that, but I don't watch the news every day, and I don't, I've been out and about all day today. I'm running. Got my new glasses. They came early. Gotta get new shades, but got my new regular glasses and my reading glasses. I got a lot of glasses. This is what happens when you freaking can't see stuff. You got like multiple pairs of glasses, but I can see better now. Plus nice, clean, new lenses, no scratches. Oh my gosh. You guys don't know. It's not easy being green. Kermit the Frog here. It's not easy being green. Oh, Kermit.
I wish that grew.
You guys remember the Archie bunker and the Jefferson? Oh, Archie, the Jeffersons are coming over for dinner. Oh, geez, either that. Like I need to have afros in my soup. Huh? You think Lionel with the big afro and the afro pick won't drop some of his curly cues in my soup? How, Archie? Arch, don't say that. That could be considered racist. Jeez, now I have to worry about colored people's feelings. I used to love Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons, and oh my god.
Yeah, no, I think he might.
You have cancer?
Yeah, because he said Biden announced that he has cancer.
Yeah. Okay, that's what he said. When was that? Today?
2 days ago.
2 days ago? Oh my god! So he got cancer and COVID. This dude would be lucky to get out of this term. I mean, God bless him, man. See, you better pray. I don't know. He's having a rough presidency. It's not all his fault. We got these circumstances. I think anybody after Trump would have had a tough time. It sounded like Obama after Bush, the first 2 years are like a cleanup job. Obama was a janitor the first year and a half, 2 years after Bush. And Biden's sort of the same thing. Trump created such a mess. Now, not economically, but you have to understand, because of the pandemic, remember I told you last time, interesting thing I read the other day. So there were 7 million job openings at the height of Trump's presidency when the economy was good. Now there's 11 million. And just this past month, they created 320,000 new jobs. But there's 11 million people that don't want to go to work. And they said over the next 5 years, like 40% of the workforce, or the next 10 years, 40% of the workforce might want to leave it. So that's telling you more of that Andrew Yang stipend for everyone. But then what do you get, right? For a monthly stipend of, let's say, $2,000 per citizen and free healthcare, what do we have to sign off to, right? You don't get something for nothing. And social, see, I'm 51, but you younger folks, Social Security is not going to be there for you. So, this is where I try to tell people sometimes. Oh, and congrats, Isaac. I heard you got a new promotion at work. Remember I said that you would? I was looking at your chart on Coffee Talk.
Ooh,
So
and a new person.
Oh, who?
K. Brooks clapped our chat.
What's up, Kay Brooks? Tell me your big three, your sun, moon, rising. Where's your Leo placement in the chart? We're talking about the Leo sun.
He mentioned that, but the aides said he was speaking on his past cancer scare.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He had cancer in the past. Yeah, I thought, yeah. Okay. So he doesn't have cancer now. Still need to pray for the old man. But I'm just saying in general, though, I mean, I don't know, would you guys want a monthly stipend? Because then remember at what cost? Because think about what they have in China. I think they have like a social credit score. So, for example, they could do something like, if the government gives you free healthcare and then free $2,000 a month. If you go shopping and you purchase Doritos and Pepsi Cola, that can lower your social credit score. See, then we're getting into communistic socialism, right? And we're already, and this is why I was laughing, when Republicans would criticize socialism, because we already have Medicare and Medicaid. That's socialism. We already have, this is a republic. It's not even it's a capitalistic republic. It's not a democracy. So, what is the perfect utopian system? You know what I mean? There's got to be balance. But I guess what you're seeing and I guess I want you guys to understand, with the last 2 years, everything started 2019, 2020 in that conjunction in Capricorn, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn. Excuse me, got an itchy hair. But that was, bringing in serious change to all of the structures. More people are ascending and waking up than ever before. So people are, the wool is coming up over the eyes, and people are no longer in the kind of the cloak and dagger of the Piscean age. So we're going into the age of Aquarius. So that will take away a lot of the deception. And it doesn't mean just when Pluto goes into Aquarius in 2024, that automatically the world gets better. No, it's going to take time. Go through the American Revolution, which is with Pluto, in Aquarius, Uranus and Gemini, World War II, Civil War, and American Revolution. Okay, so just understand Neptune and Pisces. Could that be dissolving the self? Could it be a spiritual civil war? Could it be the divided states of America? Watch my videos on those. Those are really deep. Pluto Aquarius, Neptune Aries, Uranus Gemini, Saturn Pisces. Okay. So I think that, right now, I look at Saturn in Aquarius for the collective, which will be opposing Mercury and the Sun in a couple of weeks. I look at that as a pruning, of disciplining us to get organized and structured to get ready for the age of Aquarius. And then Saturn in Pisces is telling you, make sure you respond to your abilities around your compassion, empathy, creativity, imagination, and spirituality. When Saturn in Pisces comes up.
Oh, Anzo said, what's the best app or website to look at your correct birth chart?
Astro.com, hands down. They got everything on there, and it's the best one. And you can put in, for miscellaneous, you can put H13 to get the real Black Moon Lilith. That will say Lilith, not just the little logo for Lilith, because that's like the average position. You want the one that says Lilth. Or I think when you see it, it comes out LOL or something. I don't know, whatever. But put it in the miscellaneous H13. But Astro.com. You can set up your email. You can put it in your account. You can even make 100 charts on there. So I recommend that. Okay. And you guys, I'm starting to design it finally. It's going to be $179. Introduction to the basic foundations of astrology. 7 weeks. Each class will be about 75 minutes. And I'm going to break down the signs, 2 weeks, the planets, 2 weeks, the houses, 2 weeks. And then that 7th week, I'll be, giving you like a nice little intro to medical astrology. Just the basics so you sort of understand, head to toe, Aries to Pisces. And then the second level will be transits, aspects, annual perfections, secondary progressions, house and chart rulership. But after the first one, you'll be able to kind of generically read a chart and understand a chart. So when you see it, but then the second course would be where you could actually, become an astrologer, or at least do charts for you, your friends, family, whatever you want to do. But that's what I'm, the fall will be part 1, and either the winter or the spring, depending on my schedule, will be part 2. So I hope a lot of you, are interested in sign up, and it's going to be great. And, I'm doing a lower price the first time around because $179 is kind of a steal. But, I want to make it accessible because, if you really want to master and learn this energy, you want to kind of lay down the proper foundation. And so I want to go through and teach you, just like my astrology teacher and guru taught me, the basics, understanding the triplicity, the duplicity, understanding masculine and feminine, understanding cardinal, fixed, mutable, understanding the different elements, the fire, earth, air, water. Okay. So, because when you're starting to do chart, reading charts, that's how you tell the story. Remember, I told you. So, like, if you're the Taurus rising, right, we're gonna look at Venus as the chart ruler. So, let's say if you have the Taurus or Libra rising, well, that's your chart ruler, Venus, and so then you look up where Venus is in your chart. So let's say it's in the, seventh house. So that lights up that house. That's going to be an emphasis and big theme in your life. Okay. So we got a couple minutes left. I'm not going to stay on crazy late tonight. It is a Friday. And, I'll get to the family and have some dinner, maybe watch some movies. We might play Family Scrabble. We'll see. But, so I want you guys to, let me know if any of you guys might be interested or excited in signing up for my course. And, you would take the first one first and then the second one. And you could take the second one if you feel like you already know the basics, but I think it's good to just get that solid foundation so you can understand it. Because to be honest with you guys, every human should get their birth chart done. And for any of you guys who are younger or whatever, and you start having a family and start having kids, you want to know and do your child's birth chart, or at least be like, yo, Eric, and come to me, because this energy is so powerful and so important, right? It's important to know how, if you're a Taurus rising, how this Mars, Uranus, North Node energy will affect you. And I explained it and teach it to my wife because it's on her ascendant. She's been going through it, just, even health stuff. She's fine, but, but it's, and we'll talk about it next week, but it's getting to a very explosive type energy, and I might mush them together. So next week I might do the not on Tuesday, but like the Thursday, Friday show. I might talk about the Leo new moon along with the Mars Uranus North Node conjunction in Taurus. That might be like a really good meaty show. Oh, and I spoke to my guest, Angela Rose, so she'll probably join us second or third week of August. So I'll update you guys on that. Stay tuned for that. My Leo birth chart sales up. Check community. Still go vote. Right now, it looks like the part of fortune is what you guys want to see next. I am going to start my Mercury house series, though, because it's time. I mean, just because y'all don't want to vote for poor Mercury don't mean I don't need to get it done. I got to do it, and but it's coming together, like, I mean, you could basically look at your entire chart through my channel. But you still need to get a birth chart reading because that's not how you learn it. Because you're still not getting the aspects. You're still not getting the intricacies of house and chart rulership. You know what I mean? Transits. Like, there's so much that I look at and see in a reading that is more intricate than you just getting your chart and going to each one of the videos in my playlist. Now, I provide that for you in the reading anyway, because I want you to always have that reference. So it's nicely written out and organized with all the links. Hope will tell you, but I do that so that, honestly, Hope can tell you, let's just say August 7th, she's just wondering, well, what did Eric say about my second house again? And then she can go read the email and then she can click on the link and watch the videos. And you can, get it right then instantly. And you're like the refresher, right? So then you know how to work with that energy and you're like, oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, no, Eric did mention that. Okay, my Jupiter in the third house kind of is like this, or, so that's what I like to provide. Well, here, read some comments because we're getting ready to go.
Okay. So, starting up here, Isaac said those were the shows back in the day before everybody got their feelings hurt over the smallest things.
Oh yeah, no, I know. It's funny. I was watching the stand-up comic on Netflix, Bill Burr or whatever. I love him. He's so funny. But it's just like, yeah, people can't take jokes anymore. It's like, oh my gosh, cancel culture is the worst. We got to toughen up as a country and nation, Go ahead.
Then K. Brooks said he mentioned. I already read that. Hope said, yeah, no, thanks.
Did K. Brooks mention their big three? K. Brooks.
Yeah, they did. Hold
okay.
on. Okay. And then Hope said, yeah, no, thanks. I don't want them in business. And then Isaac said, thank you, sir. You are absolutely on point at Coffee Talk about my workplace.
Yeah.
And then Danny said, people need to concentrate more on self-care. And then Isaac
You're
said, I
right.
find myself having more and more conversations about history and realizing what truths are about this age. It almost feels like we're transitioning into a new awakening.
We are. And what's so funny when you look at the history and then look up the transits for certain historical events, phew, blow your mind. Go ahead.
Then Then Brooks. This is Brooks' placement.
Uh-huh.
Sag rising, Taurus sun, Aquarius moon, and Leo 8th house.
Okay, wait. Leo, 8th house, what moon?
Aquarius moon.
Okay, you're like Danny. Okay, so K Brooks, you got to make sure you're going out in public and wearing the mask. Sag rising with the Taurus, Mars, Uranus, North Node, and 6th house, but your sun is there. So all that stuff is going to hit your sun. So it could mess with your vitality, but you can just be mindful. You can have sudden, let's just say right now you were like a vegan or vegetarian. You might have a sudden thirst for meat. Let's say if you love to eat a bunch of meat, you might like suddenly get disgusted by it and be like, okay, I got to go pescatarian or vegan or whatever. Right. And this energy is going to get more explosive around July 28th, 29th. Okay. But you make sure you're just protecting yourself. Whatever your beliefs are, doesn't matter whether you're vax or not. It's just safe to wear the mask because out in the community, you can't trust others, especially for this time. And it's just my advice. You do whatever you ever want, but Sag rising people, I think, just like Biden, who just got COVID, right? It's smart to do because Taurus is in the house for Sag rising, 6th house of health and sickness and illness, right? And it's work, daily routine, out and about in the community, running around, running errands, supermarket, grocery store, right? Bank, cleaners, right? On your rollerblade, scooter, and the Uber for drivers like, where can I take you? You're like, whoa, back up off me, homie, right? So you just got to understand that, like, it could be it could be a little dangerous during these times. But with your sun there, the sun being the mild malefic in a malefic house, you will overcome any and all sicknesses and illnesses. Like, don't mean you won't get sick, but you'll handle it like a trooper. But that's cool. Sag rising. Okay, so that makes Jupiter your chart ruler. So what house is your Jupiter in? Okay, K Brooks, you want to look at that because that would tell the biggest theme of your life. So you look for that Jupiter. Okay. Go ahead, finish with the comments.
Okay.
I'm going to bounce.
Let's see.
More bounce to the ounce. More bounce.
Isaac said, so excited for those lesson plans. Can't wait. Then Danny said,
yeah, August 21st, Isaac. I'll see you then, homie.
Then Danny said, I'm down for the lessons. Then Isaac said, worth the investment.
Yeah.
And then Sabale said, Anzo, but you have to know how to read and understand what you're looking at. And then well, how do you say that?
It's Alonzo.
Alonzo, but it's like A7.
I know. I think he's trying to do an L, but he did an S.
Oh, that went over my head.
Yeah, but of course it did.
Okay, anyway, then she said, yes, I'm good. Just a bad shoulder and all this crazy energy making me emotional.
Yeah, wifey's good. She's, I'm going to show her chart on Zoom soon. But, yeah. So, but yeah, Kate Brooks, you rock with that. If you want to tell me where your Jupiter's at real quick before we bounce. But thank you for coming, huh?
Okay, so Hope said, I need to place an order with Sabala. I really can't wait for the oil. My skin is so itchy and dry. And then
you're going to love
Sabala
it.
said,
Oh
Hope, I've reformulated it. I'd like to have you sample it and give me your opinion before I produce. And then Hope said, I'd love to, and I'll even do a video review. And then Hope said, yeah, I tried so hard to be a better vegan, but meat makes me feel better.
That's okay. Everybody's different. There's no perfect way. Because remember, if you want to get deep in the woods, we also have to look at our blood type, right? This, that, all these different things. But I think whether you eat meat or whatever you eat, it's just about balance. If my wife and I have a craving for a steak or a burger, we have it. Now, we haven't gone down the road to even jump into anything but chicken or turkey, and we probably won't. But if we are having a craving of meat, we'll eat it, you know. But the pescatarian route for us works right now, you know. But everybody's different. But just make sure, I don't care who you are, drink a gallon of water a day. Get your probiotics, get your vitamins, get your vitamin C, your zinc, right, and just get some fresh air, spend some time in nature. But I would start growing your own gardens, even if you have an apartment, a house, whatever you can, even some herbs. Try to grow something. Okay. Like growing long hairs out of your mouth. What the heck? Who knew? But you know what I mean? It's very important because, yes, we could have a food shortage. You know, I'm not about hoarding and trying to scare people. No, I'm just reading the energy, the astrology. Mars, Uranus, North Node in America's chart, which is the Sag rising, sixth house of America. It can be an attack on the meat industry. There can be a sudden infection. Like, remember how we lost all the baby formula stuff? Well, there could be the whole meat supply gets contaminated all of a sudden. August 3rd, you see it in the news, and you're like, oh my God, Eric is no joke. But August 3rd or August 5th or July 27th, July 30th, you see it in the news. Oh my gosh, the meat, this and that, and all the meat is bad. And just watch, something's going to go down. I don't know what it is, but understand Uranus is unpredictable. It's literally unexpected events, sudden events. We got some comments.
Okay.
So just be prepared. And that's what I want you guys to understand with astrology. I'd rather you be prepared and nothing happen than to not be ready and your Essie Kessie is in trouble.
Okay.
Knowledge is love. I got love for you.
Sabale said, I'll reach out. Does Eric have your contact?
Yes, Eric does.
Then Hope said, yes, he does. Thank you so much. And then Sabale said, I've been vegan to pescatarian over the last 6 years, and I just recently had a craving for meat when I hurt my shoulder. And then Danny said,
she actually took a hamburger and rubbed it on her shoulder. She's like, oh my God, forget an ice pack. Just put this burger on my shoulder. Put the burger on my shoulder. Burger on my shoulder. It was really weird. I was like, baby, are you rubbing meat on your shoulder? It's like, why don't you just try an ice pack, love? It was uncooked meat, too. I was just like, oh. So, I'm joking.
Oh my God. Okay. Danny said,
see what my wife and my kids have to live with?
Okay,
my humor.
Stop. Okay. Danny said, try some grass meat to see if your shoulder pain goes away. That's what we do. Oh yeah, no, we do only grass fed. Only the best stuff over here, Danny. We get it delivered straight to our door from Nebraska. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah. Where's your meat from? Detroit, huh? Ours from Nebraska, huh?
Anyway.
I'm joking.
Hope said, I'm 0+ caveman, LOL. Hope said, yes, Danny, grass-fed is the key. And then Danny said, Hope said, that is all I eat. And then Hope said, we have a local farm. It's all humane raised and grass-fed. Yeah. Danny said, LOL. And then Brooks said, ninth house Jupiter conjunct Saturn. The advice is welcome. Thanks. The kid is completely adorable.
What happened? You said what?
The kid is completely adorable.
Okay. Go say hi. Let me see the adorable face. K Brooks, he just did a commercial for sickle cell. It's going to be in doctor's offices. His second one. He just bodied it, and they love him, and they might even write a third commercial around him. So this is the truth. Nice for you to finally, come on to a live. Where you been, K Brooks? Where you been? But is K Brooks a lady, woman?
I don't know.
But yeah, K Brooks, you can always email me if you'd like to get a birth chart reading and tailored to you coaching. the number 2, letter U, just like, tailored2coaching@gmail.com. But that Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the 9th house, oof, the Jupiter is a great benefic and great malefic. Now, I think you said, where was the sun? In Taurus, 6th house. So you have a night chart. So in the night chart, it lights up Saturn is your greater malefic and Venus is your greater benefic. So Saturn in that case may trump Jupiter, even though Jupiter is your chart ruler. That's an interesting battle. I'd have to research who wins that. But probably Saturn, because the sun is below the horizon point. And so you have to be disciplined about your studies, your wisdom, your higher learning, your beliefs and philosophies. And, being the Sag rising, right? So that means you got that Jupiter Leo and Saturn Leo. Hopefully the 9th house is your father's teachings. Hopefully you have a good relationship with dad. And I hope, dad is still okay and around and living, because Saturn in the 9th house, where, the father's teachings sometimes can bring restrictions to the father's teachings and relationship. But you can, you can do well publishing a book. You can, over time, get a master's or PhD. You can be a very dynamic teacher yourself, or someone that just loves to share their beliefs in a very creative way. Maybe you have a creative journey, how you grew up Baptist or Catholic and then became a Buddhist. And then now you're just like strictly spirituality, and you're into astrology and numerology and human design. And you're like, oh my gosh, I love tailored to coaching, tailored to astrology. And I got to get a birth chart, and I want to learn about human design and numerology. And I want to do astrological life coaching. And oh my gosh, Eric, let's talk. Right? Sound about right, Hope, Danny, Isaac, So just an example, But yeah, you should hit me up.
Irene's not here today.
Sound like you got an interesting chart. Who, Irene? No, Irene's not here. I think Irene should be emailing me so she can reach out to Danny. Hope, we got to make this happen, right? I'm trying to play matchmaker with Danny and Irene. So it's like, come on, Irene. Stop fronting, girl. She gonna watch this in the replay. Irene, clock is ticking. Danny's only gonna be single for so long. Don't miss out. Don't miss out on your Aquarius moon man. So is that it for the comments?
Yeah, just about.
All right, you guys. This was fun. Mwah, I love you. Thank you for the new people, K. Brooks. Good to see you again, Alonzo. And yeah. Did K. Brooks answer? K. Brooks is a woman?
No.
No?
No.
But enjoy Leo season. Be dynamic. Be creative. Be generous. Vibrate from your heart. Just be mindful. And for all of us, you don't just have to be a Sag rising. All of us. Look for the Taurus house, where Taurus is in your chart. And July, coming up next week. And the next week, 28th is Thursday, so the 28th, 29th, you might start feeling it. And I'll be on for then. But I'll come on like Monday or Tuesday night. And then I'll be back Thursday or Friday next week. But just be mindful of this this Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction. Okay. And just yeah, it's going to be powerful. It's not an easy energy. And so the house that you have Taurus in will tell you the story, how it could play out. Think about Mars: soldier, warrior, fighter, explosive energy, surgeries, cuts, divides, competitive, right? Willpower, drive. Uranus, unexpected events, weird, bizarre, futuristic, innovative technology, genius energy. There could be a sudden rise or fall again to crypto. Stock market fluctuate again. Crypto's creeping back up. Netflix just creeped back up. So just pay attention. This can be, Kay Brooks, you might drive fast in your local community or, like going to work and coming home on your daily routine. So slow down because Mars, Uranus, North Node could be a sudden car accident. So please be careful driving. Okay. Or if you live in New York City and you're on the 2 train, just be careful, and the North Node, remember, is karmic, fated, foreign energy for us. We can sometimes get obsessive. So just, don't be so stressed about you got to get to the gym every day in the next week or two. You take a day or two off.
Oh, Brooks is a woman.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Brooks, you take a day or two off, do that. Okay. So just, just give yourself some grace and mercy and definitely put your mask back on and drink that water. But yeah, please email me. I'd love to do your chart. And I've got a whole bunch of different services live over Zoom. It's only $105 for the full chart, 60 minutes, a bunch of different stuff. So, but all right. What was that? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna get ready to bounce. And you guys be safe. Have a blessed weekend. Check out my new couple of videos I put up, the coffee talk video. Make sure you come August 21st. Kay Brooks, I'd love to have you. I teach, it's only $15, August 21st, 1 p.m. Eastern over Zoom, 90 minutes. I teach a great astrology lesson. Got a bunch of great people like Hope and Danny and Isaac and Kimberly and other people to come. Sandra from Sweden. Got people, all over the world coming. And it's a lot of fun. We build a nice community. And, to get a lesson for $15 is, you can spend that at Starbucks. So, come hang out with your boy and talk some astrology and meet some like-minded people because you're not alone. And keep ascending, Kay Brooks. I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope you felt welcomed and invited on my channel and you will return. I usually do 2 lives a week. So this week might be Monday, Thursday, potentially, but or Tuesday, Thursday, I'm not sure. But probably want to come on Thursday just to talk about that Leo new moon energy. And then touch on that Mars, Uranus, North Node conjunction on August 1st. And so maybe I'll come on Monday night. So spread it out Monday, Thursday. But in the fall, I'll probably be rocking Tuesdays and Fridays. Friday nights seem to be kind of fun. Friday nights, I normally have wine. I've been doing wine last couple of Friday nights. So maybe next week we'll see how I rock on Thursday. But anyway, I'm out. I'm tired. I had physical therapy today. So, and Kay Brooks, just in case you don't know, I almost wasn't here. I almost died last year. Was in a coma from COVID and valley fever, and a coma for 40 days, and I made it, and God is good. So I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary almost. So it's gonna be some interesting shows, and yeah, all that good stuff. But God bless you guys. Everybody be good. And I'll catch up with you soon. And thank you for coming on episode 70 of Knowledge is Love podcast, talking about the Leo season. We're out. Deuces. Peace. Say goodbye, Truth.
Bye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Okay.